This thing with an inner knowing, it's real. That's the first thing that you have to realize, is that it's real. What messes up most people, and definitely me for years, is this teeter-tottering on the edge, the precipice of like, well, maybe that's just a vision, or maybe it's like something that just came into my head. I don't know. It's just, maybe it's wishful thinking. If it's there, if it's persistent, if it's in your heart, and every single time you think about it, you get goosebumps, it's real. It's freaking real. And the first thing that you need to do is accept that. Once you accept it, holy shit, that's where the fun really begins. And if you can't accept it, start with that simple question of like, what if it's real? Go look at a sunset for several days in a row and just ponder that question. What if it's real? What if it's real? What if it's real? So many visions, dreams, and ideas have died because people have failed to ask that simple question. And you could be reflecting on your life, on your deathbed, years from now. Well, maybe that thing, I don't know. Or you could just ask that question, what if it's real? And it will start to mess with your head. Because if it's real, then you can't afford to end up on your deathbed maybe asking that question at that point. Maybe I should have done that thing. Maybe that was actually real. This is going to save you decades of time. So do it. The second most important thing is to recognize that there is this inner knowing and then there's the outer doing, right? And the pain, the suffering that you're feeling as this gets louder is the cognitive dissonance between these two. The fact that you know something is real inside of you, that you feel it. You're on that precipice, but you're just not doing it because your inner knowing is out of alignment with the actual doing of it. And that comes with that similar narrative of like, well, maybe, I don't know, but this won't happen, or they won't understand, or I have to do it that way, or maybe it takes some more time, and maybe if I figure this out or talk to this person, then it's endless. And it's that fear that actually keeps the cycle going. And the fear is that I won't be supported, I'm limited, I'm small, I'm not connected to the entire universe, I don't know how to do it, I won't have the resources, I don't know how to execute on this. And all of that is just bullshit of the old pattern dying and screaming, the old pattern of limitation inside of your body. The thing to realize is that as you take a bold leap forward in confidence towards the unknown, of embarking, of embracing this vision inside of your heart, it's going to stimulate and touch on incredible cosmic connections that will support you every single step of the way. It's going to transmute and transform the very essence of who you are, who you know yourself to be. It's going to require, of course, that you die to the old self that you have known yourself to be, because the old you must die in this process. But it's going to give birth to a completely new person. And that is what you're terrified of the most, is the fact that it actually could work out, that it will be amazing, that you might discover something about yourself that you had a hunch your entire life was possible. The discovery of how truly powerful you, who you truly are, is. And that might be a little bit scary. And it's okay. And it's okay for that to be scary. It's okay for you to be scared and move forward anyway. And if you really, really feel into it, you recognize that it's not actually fear. It's not. It's something else. I don't really have a word for it. I call it electric transformation. It's just like when you're moving one bold step forward into this crazy thing that's in your heart. You know it's true, you know it's real, you know you'll be supported, you know you'll be resourced despite the evidence telling you otherwise. Your body's kind of freaking out, but you're moving forward anyway. And what's happening is the body, the outer doing vehicle that you have, that you're blessed with, it's catching up to the spiritual knowledge that's inside. In spirit, everything is just pure energy. It is. It just happens instantaneously. That's why you know what you know what you know. You know that if you start this business, you start traveling and doing that thing you want to do, you start sharing your true heart with the world, you just know that you'll be supported, and your heart knows that it's going to be awesome, it's going to be expansive, and that you'll be resourced, you'll find a way to make it work. You just know that deep inside. And it's instantaneous. But your body, with the way we've been conditioned, it takes a while for it to catch up to that new reality of living in that place all the time, especially if you haven't for a long time. it kind of gets scared of change. And so it's important to just know that it's okay to be scared. It's okay, body. It's okay for this to be scary. You can even what helps is just touching yourself or doing a bit of EFT tapping. It's okay that I'm so scared with this massive thing. Yet I choose to keep going forward and taking one more bold step forward. And then the body begins to recognize that, hey, it's okay for me to catch up. It's okay for things to move so quickly. It's okay for things to transform so wildly, so rapidly, for me to be so freaking amazed by my own magnificence. It's okay for life to actually be amazing and for me to recognize that and to let that in. We are terrified of letting in our magnificence, and so we usually default to a life that pales in comparison to that is still scary and limiting and really freaking heavy, but at least it's what's known and what's comfortable, so I'll stay there. And what's calling you right now is the dissolution of that and stepping into that inner knowing. And that inner knowing is functioning on a completely different frequency energetically than what you have known yourself to be. It functions outside of fear. It's limitless, it's free, it's interconnected, it's synchronistic. When you step into that, you activate those energies, and that's why everything just goes wildly, beautifully amazing. In order for that to happen, you have to feel the fear. It is mandatory for you to be fucking terrified as you move through this. It's not that you're going to get this bold freaking leap of confidence. You're like, oh yeah, fuck, I got it now. That's great. I know what to do. No, you will be scared shitless. It's just guaranteed. And the moment you can accept that, and you do accept it, and you accept it as part of the process, you recognize, okay, this is part of the transmutation taking place. I'm scared. I'm terrified. I'm just moving one breath at a time. And what happens is that fear that's actually been running your life, your entire life, begins to transmute into action and into the harmonization of your inner knowing with the doing. You start doing who you really are instead of being who you're not. And when you're doing who you really are, holy shit, well then it's an entirely different ballgame. The old rules don't apply to you any longer. You can make up your own rules because that's how life works. It responds to those who step into their authentic selves. That's why things are so much easier, because you don't have to think about, well, how do I fit in so that they accept me and they do it or they buy or they understand? Fuck no, it doesn't matter. What matters is you and your path and where you're going and what's alive in your heart. And the right strategies and the people and the resources will orient and align themselves around that. And that's the God-given truth. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, do check out the full presentation, Your Energy is Everything, down below this video. It'll take this a lot further, and there's an invitation in there for you to step into something amazing. Thanks for watching. See you next time.